Removing the Irish when the Irish woman appears in chat. I feel like we've had this conversation about what culture conversion is in EU4. My interpretation is always that because it uses Diplo power, it's about changing the customs of the power structure. But everyone else wants it to be something else. I don't know why. It's weird. It's weird how much people always like think about it being something else, and like some people do want it to be something else. Some people do want it to be like direct extermination, which is terrible, of course. But my interpretation of it is that because it uses Diplo, it's probably a local court thing, local administration. But I don't know. We'll never know because Paradox decided to add the feature and then not explain whatsoever it actually represents. So we just get to wonder what it means. Thank you, Paradox. That's very cool. Yeah, most likely the administration changes to adopt the language of the dominant court. That's kind of what I've thought of it as, because you're using Diplo points. So, I mean, otherwise you would use what? Mill points or something, I guess? I mean, the game literally lets you, if you want to, walk into a province and kill everyone in it before you colonize it. That is directly. They aren't even subtle about that one. But why not admin? I really couldn't tell you. I don't know. Adds culture conversion, doesn't elaborate, leaves. Yeah, that's literally what they did. That is what Paradox did. One day I'm gonna walk into Paradox HQ and I'm gonna be like, so what did you mean when you implemented a culture conversion ability in EU4? What did you mean by that? What did you envision when you created that mechanic? Are we talking like Stellaris level bad, or are we talking like, actually, how does CK3 do it? Wait, doesn't CK3 do it, does it a different way, don't they? Well, I mean, they just like, you just assign a dude to like do culture conversion in CK3. But like, whenever you want your subjects to convert cultures, you have to like, or at least I know you can do that with religion. You can like tell your subjects like, yep, you're this religion now. And they have to be like, okay. And then it's like the same thing with culture, right? You're gonna be like, yep, you're this culture now, and they're like, okay, or they'll fight you over it. I don't know, it happens. And then they convert their own provinces. Yeah, I imagine it's like very similar to the way CK3 does it, because, well, I mean, obviously Crusader Kings 3 ends, when does that end? Does it end in 14? When does CK3 end? The end date 1436, maybe 1453. It ends after EU4. That's after EU4 begins. That's crazy. I never would have thought about that. Yeah, okay. Well, if we're using the same concept, considering EU4, in EU4, you're capable of like doing culture conversions from the very beginning, right? So theoretically, if we're going by the way that they did it in CK3, you're probably just like convincing your vassals to convert, and then their vassals now like change all the local signs into like that language and stuff. That makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Because like the modern ideology associated with culture converting, to put it gently, wasn't really a thing considered too much. At least not on like, you know, that kind of scale. I don't know. There's really no point in even discussing it. You have like the weird people who want it to be exactly what I don't think it is, but what can you do about that? The only one who truly knows is Paradox. One day we'll have to ask them. Ask them what they meant by that. Although I don't really expect any of us to get an answer. Yeah, just unbarbarianization. Yeah, that's what it was. They called that civilizing back in the day. When we get to heaven, we will ask them, yes? Nah. Paradox Con this year, gonna walk up on the podium. I don't know if they have a podium there. I'm gonna walk up and be like, so what did Paradox mean when they added a culture conversion ability to EU4? Like, what do they mean by that? What did you have in mind exactly when you implemented such a mechanic?